guess we're gonna do another one just to show you guys.
Hert's not ready. We're gonna finish a 7-year project.
Huh?
We're gonna finish your 7-year project.
7-year project.
We don't have to fly to California anymore to do this. You guys don't know, Hert lives in Georgia now. West Coast boys eat that up. Well, we gotta get it tuned and ironed out and hopefully drifting in 2 weeks.
February 17th, be there in East Square. It's the Nappy Boy Automotive Drift Symphony.
Drift Symphony. So we're actually bringing a lot of rotaries.
Let me know.
And if we don't bring this RX-7 running, fired. Then it's gonna be full on raw dom. That means nothing. Alright, let's get in the trailer. Right now it's got some clock injectors, so we have to turn up the duty on the map a lot. Put it next to your car. John built it, the fabrication and all that stuff in California. So I'm super excited to actually get it finished because I built this engine on this car a long time ago at Hoonigan's. So super excited because, you know, it's one of my engines. I don't know if you guys seen it before, but custom V-mount, gear turbo. Got all the goodies. The fuel tank's a little bit dirty. The injectors are definitely dirty, so I'm gonna try to figure out what we can do about that. So what we'll do is we'll make some space, lay all the parts out. We got an angle kit to throw on it. We'll order some injectors. We'll order some better fuel filters and put it on the dyno. I'm putting Royce to he has to drop down my pipeline frame and my drive shaft to put in Hertz PPF and Hertz aluminum drive shaft. Mine won't work in this car because we actually left the automatic diff on the car, and if you can see, it doesn't really meet up. The holes are at different spots than the 5C one, so we ended up getting a drive shaft made for the car itself. So we're gonna throw that on while I finish welding the exhaust, and basically one less thing we have to do in the car. Sakes, I'm not sure, right?
Yeah.
There's no hardware? Alright, we gotta charge her for that too. Here you go. Here, 3 out of 4. Better than nothing.
Nah, dude, these don't line up.
No way.
They don't line up. Right? They're off.
Sick. Alright, so I guess this thing is shit then. They made the wrong drive shaft. It's a 5-speed.
Oh, this one here?
And this one, it was supposed to be an automatic flange, but it's a 5-speed flange too. So shiny, nice and pretty, doesn't fucking work. Can't wait to get yelled at for this. Alright, so last time we went to put this on, this didn't fit because it's made for this is a 5-speed, then this is automatic. So now I have to just figure out how to change this to put this on here. And I never done it before. We're gonna figure it out. Alright, so I already pulled the U-joint off the drive shaft, but I still have to separate these so I can transfer it to over here. Just gotta move those C-clips that it has, and then I should be able to do the same thing. Just press it down so you can get enough play, get the caps out, and then pull this out. I got it out. Next step is I actually have to cut that housing later, because if you look at the housing that was on there, it was trimmed for the U-joint to be able to come out. So I have to trim that much off of this one, because right now if you try to put it in, it catches on there. So trim that off so this falls in there, and I can press in those end caps again and be done with it. Just like that. Drive is now good. So I'm back at the shop now. So we had the 35, which is over there. If you see right there, 35 was done with everything welded to it. But now Hert wants a 40. So I have to redo all the piping now to make the 40 work. After that, after I just touch the downpipe a little bit, because right there, it kind of fits, and extend this a little bit because we moved the intercooler a little bit to fit the bigger turbos. I have to extend this a little bit, and all the welding up here should be done. Once we get the fuel pump set, we still haven't gotten it yet, so we can get the car running and out of the shop. We need this thing running, not sitting on the lift forever. I had to cut the shit out of the turbo to make this fit. If not, it's gonna stick out of the hood. I had to cut all the stuff I did, cut it all the way out, clean it up nicely, take this clamp off, make the new pipe, and then go to the downpipe and redo the whole thing that I already had done because he wanted a bigger turbo. Today, I'm actually gonna finish welding the exhaust on Hert's car. So I took everything out of the car already. I'm just gonna weld all the center pieces and then finish off the muffler and the downpipe. So everything's out here on the table already. So I'm just gonna weld all these, basically weld it together and put it in the car, and then put the muffler on this side. Basically tack it up, bring it down again, finish welding it. After that, we just still have to do, we're waiting on parts for the radiator and the drive shaft. So super close to getting the car done. So this is gonna be the first piece of my weld. So I already have it all taped up, like all foiled up, and also back purged. So basically the welds come out stronger and nicer looking. Alright, so I ran out of gas. Unfortunately, I didn't get to do the big section, but I did the downpipe and I guess you can call it the axle pack. Everything's really nice. I also, let me see, it's a little hot. You can see in the inside, super nice on the inside, because even though it's for the back of the car, I still back purge, and that's why I ran out of gas. I have to go get gas tomorrow. I can finish the center section, then put the muffler on. I'm really happy how it's coming out. Just gotta put this thing on a truck and head out. All right, so round two, the first tank was shit. It kind of fucked up my welds a little bit, so I had to go back and exchange it because it's embarrassing, but I'll show you. You see the gas, it's not doing shit. The tack from the old tank, it's like really nice and colored. The new tank is garbage. Hopefully there's a newer tank, it'll be fine. We'll test it out. If not, I'm just gonna go home and cry. Aaron came by, I'm using his tank. All morning I've been trying to get the shit to weld right and couldn't, but as soon as I put his tank on, boom, shiny boys. Tank number 2 from Air Guys, that's complete shit. Got the flange on there. It was kind of tricky because the flange is a 3-inch and then this is 3.5, so I had to like tack and then hammer the pipe, hammer the pipe all the way around, and then weld it and then fill it again and then pulse it so it can actually look nice like that. See, put the exhaust back on. This thing fits crazy. It looks really good. Sadly, the part where the gas was messing up, you can actually see it from the bottom, but you can't see the nice top weld, so I'm gonna have to live with that forever, knowing that shit like that. So to just adjust the clearances, like move this around, that way it's not too close to there, so when the car's running, it's not hitting. As well as over here, and make an exhaust hanger using the factory location just to here. Same as the front, so I have to play around with this in the front, that way it's not sitting too close to the transmission. Once everything's welded up and mocked up right, the way I want it to with the hangers, then I can come back here, clock this pipe a little more, make it match the muffler. Last step will be this. Actually, last step will be this one. So I have to get the whole exhaust, basically all hanged up and everything. Then adjust the rear muffler to make sure the muffler is actually straight with the bumper, so it's not just crooked. And after that, then weld the tip on, and the whole exhaust is done. Pretty simple, but really time consuming. We're still missing like little stuff like the starter. We don't have a starter. We need to make a line from the hydraulic throwout bearing to the master cylinder. Get the correct engine mount bolts, because that thing is too long. but we're still waiting on these two fittings so we can finish the oil system up. Super close. Have faith. I'm always making progress in this car. All right, so got the downpipe back in there. It's all tie-in. This is tie-in. Has really nice clearance because it's a pretty big downpipe. I ended up making the exhaust hanger already, so it looks pretty good. And now I'm working on the muffler. So the muffler is missing because I have it over here. So I'm putting a different tip on it. So I started cutting this one off. You see I'm almost through it. So when I put the other tip on here, you don't see this ugly ass one sticking out. So I'm gonna finish cutting that and then weld on the little turn on boy over there. Yeah, this thing is scary. I'm always scared to use this saw because it's another one. It has no safety features, so if you put your hand in it, it will cut the shit out of you.
I'm about to get blinded, low-key.
No, you'll be fine. Alright, so we got the muffler lined up, welded it, welded the tip on, and I also welded the exhaust hanger so you can see it came out pretty cool. And the exhaust pretty much is done for, besides the wastegate dump tubes, which are right there. I still need to finish those, but you see in the back, the hanger is done for the back too. Got a little fancy with the hangers, but I mean, you know whose car this is, so I gotta make it look nice. So I got the diffuser out of the car so I can see everything better. And it lines up perfectly. The exhaust hangers came out really nice. I ended up adding an X-horn on the top like this. That way it's stronger for the exhaust hanger itself, so it's not just gonna break off of here like the last time what happened. The tip came out amazing. Looks really good. Everything else you can see, you move it, doesn't shake or nothing, so it doesn't hit on anything, so we're good. Alright, so I already cut out the new line. The top one is pretty easy. Splice them together like this. So it's gonna go up from there up to the water neck. The next one's gonna be this one's gonna be kind of hard. Got to go down and come around to here. Got this one welded up. Goes from here. So you can put it one-handed and go straight to there. I took another one of the bends and another like a 45 and clean. Looks sick, doesn't look like shit. I just gotta weld it up now. Alright, just like that, not even 20 minutes later, the radiator lines are done. It sucks when you have to wait on parts. So I also changed the fitting. I used to have a 15 degree, but now they have 45, so you can actually clear. Because before this was pointing straight at the sway bar bracket. Now they're both clearing. I already made the top line that goes to the front of the engine, not to run the one that goes all the way to the back of the engine. So we got the wastegate lines already ran. You can see they go under the engine, that way they're not over here where the dump tubes and the manifold are. So go under the engine, around, and then all four go up here. And I'm also gonna wrap these. So I'll put them in this just to be sure, that way they don't get too hot. Going home early today. Gonna take the FC out. Haven't driven it like in a week. Hopefully I don't do anything stupid because it's raining outside, but we shall see. Come on, Moche, front. Let's go. Alright, so I was putting together the storage tank for Hert's car and I ran into an issue. This thing is made for Walboro pumps and we're running the Detroit pumps, so that wasn't clearing, like all that. Luckily, I can weld, so it's an easy fix. Just had to cut it out to make sure it fit and then just put this plate in here, weld it up, and done. And put the fuel system in the car. Extended it a little bit, angle it so it's not just like a rub. But now we're gonna test the fuel pump, see if it fits or not. Boom, perfect. Perfect. I got both pumps in the tank now, so it has one out and one in there. Next step is probably gonna do later, which is wiring. We have the right wire harness spliced to the haptic ECU with the 6 injectors that we requested. Also, this car we're doing different type of ignition setups. We're running a basic plug-in harness also for the right wire harness that has its own relays and everything to put the new Haltech coils. Luckily for him, I make a bracket which just goes right here, so it replaces the original igniter and the cruise control, so it attaches right there, and it puts all 4 coils in this corner. So they're all going to be in this corner, which is way cleaner and easier to service. Also, I have to install the injectors from Deechworks. These were ordered after the harness already made. So if you look at the injector connectors, and then the other ones are different, but Deechworks actually had the adapters. So you just plug this into here, and it literally just plugs in to the right harness without touching it. And then let's see what else we got in the mail today. What is that? Where'd you come from? That should not be here and not order a floof.
Went ahead and swapped the injector plugs just to confirm that the injectors are bad. So this intake has 6 injectors total. The 2 primaries down there are the ones that are clogged up currently. So what I did is I took the primary injector plugs and I swapped them for these secondaries. So it still has 4 injectors running. They all run 4 already. So the car already runs 100 times better. I had to pull away 200% of the fuel map. So it's running really good. Idling good. Definitely an injector problem with it, so we're gonna order some new primaries, take all of them out, get them clean. We're just gonna throw the primaries away because they might just be damaged already, and we're gonna put a way better fuel filter on it. That way this doesn't happen again. This is what kills rotaries, lean conditions, and this has been happening for the past 3 years. Hert will drive it, he'll clog the injectors, and then he has to take them out and re-clean them. We're gonna try to take care of this problem. The gas tank was dirty, and it is what is causing it to clog it up. So I was told by him that it was already clean, but it seems like it's not, so we're gonna keep on digging into it. He was gonna throw the angle kit on it, and I'm gonna start addressing all the wiring and little things here and there, pretty much tidy it up and get it going. Maybe by the end of the week we'll have this car on the dyno, right, Q? We got a little bit of changing plans. We gotta wait for parts to show up, and it's gonna take probably, they're not gonna show up till the end of the week. So while we're waiting for parts, this man right here is gonna paint this thing. It's got bumper, fenders, hood. This side needs some body stuff. Minus what, we only got 2 weeks to build the tune the car, and we're waiting on injectors, we're waiting on fuel filters, we're waiting on a couple little things here and there. So instead of having the car sit for the next week, he's gonna take it, start doing body work, and get this thing shiny again. Brett's doing his thing. So he's been the past 4 days painting this thing. Right now you're cutting and buffing?
Yes.
Yeah, so he's cutting and buffing it. So my camera's a little dirty, but you can see
That shit is slick. Look at his face. You can see his reflection.
So, as you guys know, black's a really hard color to do. Black shows all the imperfections, and I don't see one imperfection on this car. He's gonna be finished cutting and buffing. We're gonna get this car to the shop. Q's gonna install the angle kit. I'm gonna install the injectors and get this engine singing. Big shout out to Brett, the man, the myth, the man, the legend.
I try.
So he polished a turd pretty much. All right guys, so all the parts are showing up. We're getting the angle kit installed. We have a fuel filter right here. So we got a catch can, and then we got a new set of injectors. We're gonna start installing all these parts and get this car pretty much dyno ready. So the angle kit's on. Good job, Q. Ignore the smudgies. So everything is done with the car, from the boost controller, the up pipes from Daniel at Kaiju Fab. We got the flex fuel. We got the catch can line. We're missing a belt for the power steering, but we can deal with that tomorrow. We have the seats from NRG, and these are the Prisma seats that are going in Hertz FD. So as you can see, his interior is brown. So these are gonna look really, really good with the car. We're actually gonna wait on installing these over there because he's tall and big bone, so we don't know how to mount the seats. These are fixed seats, so we're just gonna mount them over there. And the only thing we're gonna do now, since everything is done, is we're gonna put it on the dyno, get a couple dyno pulls, make sure everything is 100%. We're not trying to burn the world down making like horsepower numbers. Technically, this is a fresh build, hasn't been driven much, so it's still on break-in. Still got a dyno, so we're gonna go home. It's 11 o'clock. We're gonna go sleep, wake up at 2 in the morning, dyno the car, then load it, and then we're going to linear.
I thought we were dynoing the car now and then go home, go to sleep.
No. We're going to sleep first and then dynoing. All right, let's dyno it right now. All right, guys. Matt Trash. It's almost 12 o'clock. The car is ready. And my FC is somewhere over there. So we're gonna come back in a couple hours, load up, and start heading to Georgia. Q, Daniel killed it.